For this project, we're going to create depth by having a field of flowers, and then as they get further away, they get smaller. We're going to have mountains and the sky as well. So the only thing you'll need are crayons or colored pencils, Q-tips, and some squeeze paint. If you don't have this kind of paint, that's okay. We can do the same thing with crayons. We'll just draw them. So first, to make our landscape, let's start right off the bat with crayons or colored pencils, whatever suits you. We start with that horizon line across the middle. Remember, that's where the sky and the earth meet. Let's start with the top of the paper then. For your mountains, you can have them be brown, green, gray, whatever fits you. I do have a gray crayon, but if you don't have one and you want your mountains to be gray, you can just press lightly with the black crayon. And I'm going to color them all lightly, and I'll show you how to make them look a little more real by adding texture. So to make it look like this mountain peak is in front of this one, I just press a little bit harder here. Maybe this one comes down, it's in front of those two. If you want it to look like there is more texture in the mountains, I start on the top and kind of do crazy zigzag lines coming down by pressing harder or softer with that crayon. Again, maybe I want to mix some brown in here as well. You can mix whatever colors you want with it. It's up to you. Now for your sky, I always like a sunrise or sunset. Maybe it's nighttime in yours. Maybe it's just a beautiful blue sky with white fluffy clouds. Up to you. If I'm doing a sunset though, I'm going to start with my yellow, just because I really like drawing sunsets or coloring sunsets. I'll go to maybe some orange and overlap. So I'm mixing the orange and the yellow. And then fill it with red. Let's find my red. After red, we'd have some violet and some blue to finish it off. Again, you could do nighttime, you can do during the day. And finishing off with some blue. Okay, top half of our paper is done. Bottom half of the paper, I want the base to be all green, like the ground, and the grass, so my flowers have somewhere to grow. Take your time. I'm going quickly just to show you, because you can pause the video, you can rewind it, and go at your own pace. Now farther away, we see less detail. So closer to that horizon line, I might press a little bit harder with my crayon, because it's going to be darker the further away it is. For the flowers, this one, I did a bunch of different colors. You can mix them up. The only thing to check out for is if violet and yellow mix, it makes brown. If red and green mixes, it usually makes brown as well. Same with blue and orange, so be aware of where you're putting your things. I'm going to have this field be full of poppies. So poppies are usually red with a black center. Taking my Q-tip, if you don't have a Q-tip, you could just use your finger, and I'll show you that in a little bit. The farther away it is, the smaller those flowers are. So I'm not pressing that hard. And like I said, less detail. So really tiny, and we don't see a lot of detail. Just mixing and putting the paint around. I still want to see the green on the grass. So barely touching. Because they're so far away, they're really tiny. Again, if you don't have a Q-tip, you can use your finger, as long as whoever's at home lets you. A little bit of paint and barely touch. And make sure not to make a mess. Got a little bit of paint. And then as we get closer, your flowers are going to start to get bigger. So that means with the Q-tip, I'm going to press a little bit harder to make bigger circles with it. I'm just stamping it on. I got this stamp. To reload. If you want a bunch of different types of flowers, you can do that as well, different colors. Now closest to us, the flowers are going to look the biggest. So to do that, I'm using the other side of my Q-tip. I'm going to get some black because poppies have a black center. I'm going to put a few black dots, space them out because that's where my flowers are going to go. If that's the center and I want my poppies, let me get more red paint, to go around them, and get some paint, red paint, and put some petals all around them. Now making all these dots and making a project with all these dots, another name for that is called pointillism. It's making art with points. And we'll keep going and going and going until your project is full. I need some more red paint. And like I said, if you want different colors in there, maybe I want purple flowers up here, I can get purple. There's my black dot in the middle. Put some purple dots. And then maybe going into the background, I can put more purple dots. Really tiny. You can use a marker for dots, It's all up to you. Okay. Make your flowers, however. Have fun with it. I can't wait to see them whenever they're done.